hours training. How do you trade the volatility, and how do you also get the biggest part of the move in an after-hour earnings report? SPLK shot straight to the top, and it did. I'm going to show that to you again right now. SPLK hits a peak, and we hit that high right there, and we had that small reversal. Now, SPLK has been a volatile stock at other times, but right now it's working. And so, how do I know in after hours to trade that? Is when is that reversal going to be? Well, when you're way up here at resistance level, this is a breakout, number one. So, how do I trade a breakout and a narrow one? This is a daily, a 15-minute. I'm going to pull over the daily chart on SPLK relative to where it's going in after hours. On a daily chart, learning how to understand how to trade the earnings, we got a bid and an ask right now at 68.21. This is a 15-minute chart in after hour earnings, and what a sideways rectangular consolidation on a daily. It was very, very, very strong resistance right below 70 on a daily level. And so, yes, nonetheless, that's where this gap is going to work tomorrow morning. And right now it's working because I will show you the high. We'll go to tools, we'll go to right here, we'll go down here, and we'll look at the volume just to see what we had. If we had anything that would be tracked anyway. So all I can say right now is the high in the cycle was, in the actual trend cycle, was 65 over here. This is a big bar. And it's right on the high of 69.66 on a daily earnings after hours price at total resistance. Is there resistance? Here's the 15. Let's go back here and let's see where the highs were. We already told you where the highs were. Here, the daily chart is always an important chart to look at and learn from us exactly how after hour earnings trade. First, there's a knee-jerk reaction, and that's what we got right here. You got to remember that right here, the high of that bar was 69.66. And right now, the high of this bar is 68.95. So we've come off of that, and this is a 15-minute after hours. You can see where the consolidation, but this is after hours earnings breakout. How do I short on the high? How do I short on the high? That's the 15-minute level, but right here, once again, on the daily level, this is where we were. And this is a top resistance pattern, and it's only major resistance into the gap. And some of these, this high right here was actually 68.93 on this particular move down. And right now, the low of this stock today was $62 on that low. So you got to understand that this gap is going to open up right here in these resistance area where prices could not close above that trend line. And you also had, and this is all public chart stuff. It's not our MMT platform, but it's what we're using for today. You got your reversals. You got your 10-day, your 20-day. The 20-day, the red line was what? Going up in value. And so it pulled back into this area right here where this reversal was originally. See, this is your daily reversal here. And look, this is the daily tops. I will be happy to show you, though, that there are some other areas. What you guys need to know was that SPLK, that was the highs way up here. Look. So, for some reason or another, um, I just want to show that's where the price was right here prior. So, I'm going to just draw some trend lines over here. One of them is the low of this bar on the body of it. Then I'm going to come down right to actually, it will be actually right there. And then today, when we got to that resistance level at $90, bam. But this was a high over here. So this may end up being a really great trade. And why is it? That price was exactly $106 on that high in calendar 2014. And that was on February 28th. And from that point on, the stock has been trying to recover. And also, we have resistances that go above here. But this is an earnings trade. How do I trade earnings? I look at the daily chart. I look at the 3-minute chart. It's all done in after hours. I measure this particular resistances is we can go above here very easily to it would be let's say 70. I'll give you the exact number. Hold on. I know exactly that we would just let's put this right there and let's just take a look over here. So basically what I'm saying to my NMCs. Now remember, this is all done before the fact. We are in after hours. Yes, 11/20/2014. Now, we're going to take a look at these numbers right here in price. And we're gapping up. And because this daily, we want to see where this resistance in after hours is well above here. And like I said, we could go up here very easily. It depends on what's going to happen on the conference call. And we already made a high, and we already have a price reversal on how to short earnings in after hours. I mean, it's not all that hard to do. And we're starting another reversal bar, and the time is 11:20. How do I trade after hour earnings with a daily chart and where the resistance is, understanding that the gaps can go up? This is where he is right here. I already told you where the high was. Look at this stock has been in a terrible downtrend, and there's another thing I'm going to do too, because who knows? I got to find out more about the fundamentals and whatnot. But just from taking a look across here, all right. So what that means is that diagonal line that's going from here to this top right here, but the reversal, breaking below the half bar, going down, and then breaking lower again. Once again, we have a 15-minute chart. We already gave you the high, and it's where do we put this out to sell at resistance? Because it will pull back like it's doing right now off of this high. It's 1:31 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, date 11/20/2014. We hope that you took the time to look at how this can be done for you directly. I would get on the sign up page as fast as you can right about now. There's that 15-minute bar in after hours. Here's the longer term downtrend in this particular name. But here's where the buys were. I mean, this thing was, right across here off of this breakout here. That's just a daily look. And what we're saying is we're going to teach you how the gimmicks work and all that. You just got to get signed up. So, how do I trade after hours earnings? This trend, depending on what they got to say fundamentally, this is a daily chart. And by gapping up here tomorrow and hitting that resistance, and when it pulls back, we would buy it. It's above the 10-day simple moving average. That's a blue line. And this red is a 20-day simple moving average, and we already above it. Yes, we are. Our price right now is 68 and something. So you would go over here and understand the earnings gap. This is an earnings gap. This is an after hours. Okay? And you can clearly see that that's a closing level. That's where we closed at. And that's where our dollar high after hour earnings resistance gap comes into play. And then emergently it comes down a little bit and you can trade it. And that's exactly how it's done on a stock that we're going to cover because we believe it can go up to higher levels. The shorts can get squeezed and send it up. And so we're hoping tomorrow that we get a gap and then a pullback to get our entry. I will see you then.